My name is Irene Wulette, and I'm 32 years old. 5 years ago, my sister told my parents I'd dropped out of medical school. She lied. That single lie cost me my entire family. They cut me off. They blocked my number. They skipped my residency graduation. They weren't at my wedding. For 5 years, I was no one's daughter. Then last month, my sister was rushed into the emergency room, bleeding, unconscious, dying. The trauma team paged the chief surgeon. The doors opened, and when my mother saw the name on the white coat walking toward her daughter's stretcher, she grabbed my father's arm so hard it left bruises. Before we get into this, please take a moment to like and subscribe, but only if this story truly resonates with you. And drop your location and local time in the comments. I want to know where you are right now. Now let me take you back to the fall of 2019, to a kitchen table in Hartford, Connecticut, and the last time my father ever looked at me with pride. Growing up in the Wulette house, there were 2 daughters, but only one who mattered. My sister Monica is 3 years older. She came out of the womb performing school plays, student council, the girl who could charm any adult at any dinner party. My parents, Jerry and Diane Wulette, salt-of-the-earth middle-class people from Hartford, valued 2 things above all else: appearances and obedience. Monica delivered both flawlessly every single day. I was the quiet one, the one with her nose in a biology textbook at Thanksgiving while Monica held court at the table. I wasn't rebellious, I wasn't difficult, I was simply invisible. There's a difference between being forgotten and never being seen in the first place. Small example. 8th grade, I made it to the state science fair, the only kid from our school. Same weekend, Monica had a community theater performance. One guess where my parents went? When I came home with a 2nd place ribbon, Dad glanced at it and said, "That's nice, Irene." He didn't ask what my project was about. He never did. I told myself it didn't hurt. I poured everything into my grades, my AP classes, my applications. I figured if I couldn't be the daughter they noticed, I'd be the daughter they couldn't ignore. And for one brief, shining moment, I was. The day I got accepted into Oregon Health and Science University's medical program, 3,000 miles from Hartford, something shifted. For the first time in my life, my father looked at me, really looked at me, and said 5 words I'd waited 18 years to hear. "You're going to make us proud." It wasn't warm, it wasn't effusive, but it was the closest thing to pride I'd ever received from him, and I held onto it like oxygen. At dinner that night, I glanced across the table at Monica. She was smiling, but it was the kind of smile that stops at the mouth. Her eyes were doing something else entirely, calculating, measuring, recalibrating. I know that now. At the time, I thought she was just tired from the drive. That week, Monica started calling me more often, 2, 3 times a week. "How's packing going? Who's your roommate? What's Portland like?" She asked about my schedule, my classmates, my professors. She remembered every name I mentioned. I thought my sister was finally seeing me. I thought my getting into medical school had unlocked something between us. I was feeding her ammunition. 3rd year of medical school. That's when everything cracked open. My roommate and best friend, Sarah Mitchell, was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer in August. No family, no support system, just me. I went to the dean's office the next morning and explained the situation. He approved a formal leave of absence, 1 semester, caregiver status, paperwork filed, my spot held. I would return in January. It was all legitimate. I moved into Sarah's spare bedroom, drove her to chemo, held her hand at 3 a.m. when the pain got so bad she couldn't breathe. I called Monica to tell her. I don't know why. Maybe I still believed she was the sister she'd been pretending to be. "Oh my God, Irene, I'm so sorry," she said, voice dripping with concern. "Take all the time you need. I won't say a word to Mom and Dad. I know they'd just worry." 3 days later, she called our parents. I don't know the exact words she used that night. I wouldn't learn the full scope of her lie until 5 years later, when it unraveled in the one place none of us expected. But the damage was instant. The call came at 11 at night. I was sitting in a plastic chair next to Sarah's hospital bed. My phone lit up. "Dad, your sister told us everything. You dropped out, the boyfriend, the drugs, all of it."
Dad, that's not... Monica showed us the messages. She showed us proof. I pressed my hand against the wall to steady myself. What messages? What proof? Dad's voice was arctic. "Don't call this house until you're ready to tell the truth. You've embarrassed this family enough." The line went dead. I sat on that hospital floor for 20 minutes while Sarah's IV beeped behind the curtain. My phone screen still showed the call duration, 4 minutes and 12 seconds. That's how long it took my parents to erase me. Over the next 5 days, I called 14 times. The first 3 went to voicemail. By the 4th, Dad's number was blocked. Mom blocked me 2 days later. I sent 2 emails with my leave of absence paperwork attached. Both went unanswered. I wrote a handwritten letter and mailed it priority. 5 days later, it came back, returned to sender, unopened. I recognized my mother's handwriting on the envelope. I called Aunt Ruth. She tried to intervene. Dad hung up on her. On the 6th day, I stopped calling. Not because I gave up, because I realized they had chosen a long time ago. Monica just gave them permission to stop pretending. Sarah died on a Sunday morning in December. I was the only one in the room. No one from my family called. No one knew. I organized a small funeral. 6 people came. I stood at the front of a chapel that could hold 60 and read a eulogy to rows of empty pews. That night, I sat alone in Sarah's apartment. Her coffee mug was still on the counter. Her jacket still hung by the door. I opened my laptop, stared at the re-enrollment form for January, and found a yellow sticky note tucked inside her copy of Grey's Anatomy. Her handwriting, shaky but deliberate. "Finish what you started, Irene. Become the doctor I know you are, and don't you dare let anyone, especially your own blood, tell you who you are." I closed the laptop, then opened it again and filled out the form. 2 options: crumble or climb.
I chose to climb. I went back in January. No family support, no safety net. I picked up extra student loans, ate hospital cafeteria leftovers, and worked like my life depended on it. Because, in a way, it did. I graduated on time. No one from Hartford came. I matched into a surgical residency at Mercy Crest Medical Center, a level 1 trauma center, one of the busiest in Connecticut. That's where I became Dr. Irene Wulette, Chief of Trauma Surgery. That's where I met my husband, Nathan. That's where I built a life so solid that when the past finally came knocking, it had to bang on the door with both fists. Last month, at 3:07 a.m., my pager went off. Level 1 trauma, MVC, single female, 35, blunt abdominal trauma, hemodynamically unstable, ETA 8 minutes. I was dressed and in the hospital in 6 minutes. When the ambulance doors opened, the stretcher came rushing in. Monica was strapped down, unconscious, oxygen mask fogging, blood on her shirt. Behind the stretcher, running, came my parents. My mother looked like she'd aged 10 years. She was in a bathrobe, slippers on the wrong feet. My father's face was the color of old paper. "That's my daughter," he shouted. "Where are they taking her? I need to talk to the doctor in charge." The charge nurse glanced through the glass partition toward the trauma bay, then at me, gowned, gloved, my badge hanging from my scrub top. She read the name, Dr. Irene Wulette, MD, FACS, Chief of Trauma Surgery. Her eyes widened for half a second. I gave a small shake of my head. Not now.
I stepped into the trauma bay and looked down at the table. My sister, the woman who had erased me for 5 years, now bleeding out on my operating table. I pulled on fresh gloves, looked at my team, and said the only thing that mattered in that moment. Let's go. Scalpel. 3 hours and 40 minutes later, I placed the final stitch. Monica's vitals stabilized. She was alive. I walked out of the OR, still in scrubs, and headed toward the waiting room where my parents were sitting. The hallway had never felt so long. When I pushed through the doors, my mother stood up first. Her eyes dropped to my badge, then rose to my face, then dropped to the badge again. She grabbed my father's arm so hard her nails left bruises. "Irene," she whispered. My father's mouth opened, but no sound came out. I kept my voice calm, professional, the voice of the chief surgeon. "Mr. and Mrs. Wulette, I'm Dr. Wulette, Chief of Trauma Surgery. Your daughter Monica sustained a ruptured spleen and a grade 3 liver laceration. Surgery was successful. She's stable and in the ICU. You'll be able to see her in about an hour." Mom's legs buckled. Dad caught her. 5 years of silence collapsed in that single moment. I didn't cry, I didn't scream, I simply looked at them and said, "I saved her life tonight. Now, maybe it's time we talk about the life you took from me."